Hey, what's up, everyone? This is James Cairns from Yes You Can Sports with episode number 5 of Hockey with Balls. Um, Thank you for having some patience as I had a surgery last week and I missed doing my episode, so I apologize for that. Appreciate all the messages and the get wells and stuff like that. It's tough. It's tough for me to even sit right now. So people were asking me what my surgery was about, so I'll get into that in this episode. I was also asked, what's it like to run a team? How do you run a team, etc. What do you look for running a team? And how can you, as a player, play Tier 1 and play at Worlds? So we're going to touch on that a little bit, and I don't know how long this episode will be. Just simply because I am in a lot of pain. As you can see, I'm a much hairier guy right now. I can't stand properly or shave or anything like that because it's very tough for me right now. I'm only into my second week post surgery, so I'm in a lot of pain. And I do apologize for missing last episode. I did not want to miss any episodes, and I should have pre-recorded. I just like to be authentic and have everything live and current. Um, and I don't like to do stuff like that. So that's just me. That's my preference, and that way it also lets some accumulation as far as questions and stuff like that. So first, actually, I want to touch on something. I just want to say thank you to Leo Riston. Leo Riston recently resigned as director of Team North America at the world level, and I personally wanted to thank him for everything he's done for the program, the organization, everything he's done for me personally. I was an inaugural player on Team North America at the time. I had left the original Great Britain program at the world level uh, and was trying to play for Canada at the time, going to the tryouts and stuff. And Leo actually gave me a shot or an opportunity to play with Team North America with Brian Broly running the team as well. And it was such a great experience, and I owe Leo a lot in regards to bringing me on board. We actually played that World Championship 5-on-5 out of Hague Bowl in Niagara, which was awesome. We played the Czech Republic and Canada and teams like that. Team Italy, and it was an amazing experience. It was a lot of fun. I got to know a lot of new players and the organization. And yeah, thank you so much, Leo. Best wishes as you move forward on your endeavors in ball hockey and stuff like that as well. Um, I believe I can say this that Team North America is definitely going to miss Leo as director. And yeah, bro, great job with that team and all the growth and everything over the years and all the successes and the medals and stuff like that with that organization. Great job, man. Um, so with that out of the way, I just wanted to move on to my surgery. So what I had was a toe fusion. So anyone that's familiar with the toe fusion, you'll know exactly what it is and what I'm talking about. But unfortunately for me, this is my third surgery on the toe because it just will not heal. So a toe fusion, it's basically over the years uh, through um, through ball hockey, basketball, and fighting and stuff like that, like training, fight training, stuff like that. I've broken my toe so many times, whether it's throwing kicks and hitting people in knees and stuff like that. Slashes on the toe. So that's why you guys, when you play against me or whatever, you see I get sensitive about the slashes in the feet and the knees and stuff. That's one of the reasons because it does have its toll on you. So slashing the toe and just breaking my toe in general over the years, what has happened is every time it heals, the cartilage has been in between the first knuckle of the toe. So this is the tip of the toe. This is that first knuckle. So right there in the toe, the cartilage and everything has actually been like eaten away, and with age, arthritis and stuff like that is set in because it's been broken so many times with the healing process that a lot of buildup and stuff like that, and scar tissues and and just callus and all that type of stuff is built up in there. So what they had to do was go in, remove the cartilage from that joint, and basically clean everything out. And so what happens now is they fuse it. So now it's like it's actually I can't bend my finger that way. So they fuse it at a 60 degree angle to allow me to still be able to run and stuff, but that toe at that joint cannot move no more. So essentially, it's fused. It's supposed to be rock solid and stuff like that. So in the first surgery they did it, they cleaned everything out. They put the plates in for my toe to fuse, so the bone growth has to grow in between there to solidify that toe to fuse the toe, and it didn't take it didn't the bone didn't grow. So we had to wait, see if it was going to grow. Didn't grow. So essentially, it was just plates holding on my toe. So any slashes, any wrong moves, and those plates break or whatever, like I'm screwed. Like my toes just like flopping around. All right, not trying to be gross here, just trying to explain the surgery. A lot of people ask me about it. My inbox was like inundated with a bunch of people asking me to explain it or what exactly it was and stuff. So that's what I'm doing here on this episode. So, anyways, I've been playing with this. All right. So, a lot of people, like, I was pretty quick, agile, and a lot of people had noticed that I wasn't as quick, not as agile. It did take a lot out of me as far as like confidence and motivation, stuff like that, because I had to adapt my game and adjust, and it had residual effects on different parts of my body, like my lower back, my hip, my knees, because it's a total adjustment in running and movement. Um, so, sure enough, I adapt and I'm starting to play better again and get my confidence back, and the toe would not heal. So at that point, it was recommended I have a second surgery. So the second surgery was called a keyhole surgery, which basically they put two holes in the side of your toe and they inject the medicine into it, right? So that surgery was a little easier to recover from because there wasn't reopening and everything and stuff like that. So the medicine they're putting in, so they put in um, synthetic like bone, so it would kind of like a gel, like so that it would kind of like solidify in my toe and kind of help fuse it with medication to help stimulate the growth. That didn't take either. So the third and final option is the one I've had now, which is the one I was trying to avoid. And just to regress a little bit, I did come back and play, obviously, in that state as well. It's been hard, painful at times. Your feet swell up and stuff, and it makes it really difficult. So I feel really blessed that I was still able to compete at Tier 1 and at Worlds levels and stuff like that. With the pain I was going through, it was just I really, really paid for it after every game I played. So the fact that you guys saw me on like 5, 6 teams sometimes, it was grueling. But it's just me as a player. I just always want to play. I always want to stay in shape, and this is, like I said, I take it very seriously. This is my life outside of family and work and stuff like that. So this is what I strive for in life. This is my legacy. So I have little kids and stuff I don't want to let down, and I want them to know that their dad was a good ball hockey player, and that I compete at these levels and give them goals to strive for as well. The whole deep issues that surround why I do it and what keeps me motivated to do it. So, anyways, on to the third surgery, the one I'm currently dealing with now, and this is by far the worst surgery and the most pain I've ever experienced. So what they do is they graft bone from your hip. So now it's like two surgeries. They have to go in to your hip, and they have to scrape your hip for a bone. And they take that bone, they open up your toe. Again, they take that bone and they place it into your toe in that gap. And they redid all the hardware on my toe, like all the plates and stuff like that. And so essentially, I have two spots, the hip and the toe, that had an operation on. And the hip is complete, fully recovered, won't affect my game whatsoever once it's healed. It's just basically grafting a little bit of bone off your hip and stuff like that and putting it in the toe. The toe is obviously the main concern again, because that's what needs to heal. Toe, if I can't run on my toe or move on my toe, then I'm screwed, type of thing. But the hip is absolutely painful during recovery. I'm sorry, like, if all of us have sprained their ribs or have broken ribs in the past, like, you cannot sit. Like, I'm sitting here now, I'm actually enduring pain to do this, because you can't sit straight, you can't sit comfortably. Your side, they took it from my right side, so like I can't walk, I can't do a lot of things. I can't turn properly. It's hard to sleep. It's brutal. Apparently, I only have to endure 2 weeks of this, so I'm into my second week now. I do feel like it is getting a little better, but just the pain. It feels like too, like they've lifted my abdomen wall, because it's weird. Like, it's swollen on this side, but when I move a little bit and when I experience the pain, is like my whole abs, my lower abs shift. It's weird. It's so weird. It's such a weird feeling. It's like I get an alien in my body. But yeah, it's hurting. On top of that, I have to keep my foot elevated, so it's awkward. Um, and the pain in my toe is like a constant burning pain. If I put pressure on, like, I feel pain from the bottom. It sucks. It sucks. It really does suck. But I'm optimistic that I'll be back soon playing. Um, I feel like I have no choice, but I feel like this is gonna work. It's gonna help me. I'm gonna get back into being able to train, being more motivated to train, being more motivated to play, because I can utilize some speed and stuff even at my age and stuff like that. Like, that is a major part of my game, is physical speed, um, and being able to actually do what my head's telling me to do. Like, you don't understand sometimes when a guy spins on you and you know what to do, but you're just not motivated to play them that way, or because your toe hurts or your back's hurting, your knee hurts. So I'm really optimistic that this is going to help, and there's going to be a bigger, faster me coming back on the floor and competing. And I'm hoping as soon as like mid-April that I can be back in the swing of things. We'll have to see. So yeah, that's basically what's happening to me right now, and why I didn't record last episode. The surgery was fresh, so I was pretty much bedridden, and I'm here now. So we'll move on. Next subject. What is it like running a team? Running a team, and we'll go back to Leo as well, being a director of TNA. I have the utmost respect for anyone running a team. It can be difficult. It can be difficult as a team rep. It's ensuring that you have the players year after year, whether it be in tournament teams you're putting together, whether it be league play, world level play. You want to solidify players. You want to have players on your team that you're familiar with, that you can compete with, that you're confident with. And a lot of the time, we don't make money off of this, so a lot of the time it comes down to finances as well as as anything, because you want to have these players pay up because you have the league fees to pay, and you have a tournament fee to pay, etc. If you're traveling like world level, you're traveling overseas and stuff, there's a lot more expense to it, a lot more commitment involved, and it can become very, very stressful. uh, so so what is it like running a team? I personally have run teams in the past, successful teams, and it's so hard to keep those players because what happens is your team is successful because of certain players, and other teams will poach your players. Um, you know, whether they got better opportunities or they offer them incentives and stuff like that, they will try and poach your better players, and that still happens to this day. From when I was running teams, I currently am captain or help run the one of the Legends NBHL teams. We're called the Niagara Rage, and which was originally founded by Jason Tempow and stuff. So seeing that team come back, I was excited. I was all about it, and trying to find a way to get things started again. And I asked if it was okay if I can bring them into the NBHL. So we're going to start off as a Legends team, and it's going to be great to revitalize that name and be part of that team. I'm pretty excited, and so running that team is pretty simple. It comes down to a draft. It's a Legends Draft League in the NBHL. So basically, you get your list of players who signed up, and you choose which players. So obviously, um, me being captain, I was a little skeptical. I signed up as captain because one of the reasons was because I wasn't sure of the rules, and I wasn't sure if you were captain one year, you could be a captain again the next year and stuff like that. I thought maybe it was like different people were captains because it is a draft league. I wasn't sure. I should have asked, but I signed up, and they go through kind of like a selection process, or the amount of people they do like a draw or like a roll type of thing to see who's going to be captain. So I was selected as one of them. So you kind of have to know your players, and I'm one of those people that if I don't know, I kind of research, and I did that with my team. I actually had a list of players that I would like to see on my team, and I was very, very fortunate to get second overall pick, and I was able to select from the pool of players like second go every single time. So I basically got everyone I wanted. There was, I think, only two players, no, three players, sorry, that I can remember that I missed offhand, or I missed by one vote. By one vote, the person before me or after me, sorry, would pick them as I was coming up next, and I was like, shit, like. But it was fun. It was so much fun, and the teams look really, really balanced. So I'm pretty excited about starting that season. Only my second season playing in a Legends League, so that's going to be a lot of fun. Playing my own age group, I enjoy it. Um, I love playing open still in Masters, so don't get me wrong. I really like being able to compete at that level, but playing with your own age group and competing at that level is a lot of fun as well. And it's awesome to see like players still playing at like in their 50s and 60s and stuff like that. It's just great. I love it. I love the sport. So, and it just shows you like the dedication, how much this sport really means to people, and I love the growth of it. Um, so as far as running teams again, so that's my experience there. I'm also helping quite a bit with some other teams and stuff like that. Um, and the recruitment process of getting players and stuff like that to commit, it's tedious, it's hard. So again, mad respect to like all the team reps that continuously do it year after year to keep their teams alive. And essentially, they're building a brand, right? So whether it be a team like the Niagara Rage, who came from the Toronto Rage organization, there's Midnight Express, Toronto Titans. There's a ton of teams out there that have um, had their team year after year. My old team, Greenwood Knights, Tier 4 team or whatever, and they come to compete. They want to win. They want to go to provincials and nationals and stuff like that. And obviously, we all know you're not always going to get there. They want to win tournaments, and you assemble the best teams you can possibly do, and you have to go out recruiting players. The process is repetitive, just over and over again. Collecting money is always a hassle because of different, incomes with people, or even different pay periods. A lot of us today, we live check to check and stuff like that, so we don't have that throwaway money all the time or at the drop of a dime. So it can get very frustrating. So I love running teams. I love being a part of running teams, and the whole recruitment process and stuff like that, and assembling people, or even bringing people to the team that you want to play with, just because they're either good players and good people, stuff like that. Because you can have really good players, great players, but if they have the wrong attitude and they come to your team, they become toxic. They become a problem on the team, and I don't care how good you are. In my opinion, you bring toxicity to a team. I don't want you. Like, I don't want to play with you. I don't want to be on the team with you. It's not a situation where you always have to be positive, because let's face it, we're human. We're not always going to be positive. But it's the way you deliver things. It's your attitude and stuff like that really is the problem. And if it's a continuing thing, right? So, and there's people too that are great players that have attitudes and stuff, but they pick their moments when to use it, and that's just being smart too, right? Because it can motivate teams as well. Someone comes to me and says, James, you're playing like shit. Like, bro, like, what the fuck? Every single time you go out there, we're getting scored against, whatever. You know what? It's bringing me down. Listen, buddy, just calm down, relax, and they're giving me constructive criticism. At the same time, they're getting the message across to me, like, I'm not playing well. So I either got to pick it up or sit my ass down. It's plain and simple. We all pay to play, pretty much. We play for fun, but at the same time, you don't want to be a detriment to your team. If you're not playing well, whatever, let the people that are playing well play well and get that win. Live for another day. Get out to the floor when you're playing better, type of thing. It doesn't always have to be a personal thing, or I paid my money, I want to play. Like, I get it. I get it. And in the past, I've even gone to people like, it's $10 per game, right? Here you go. Here's your $10. I can be an ass like that. I give them their $10 in the change room or whatever when they get the pouty face and stuff like that. But that's just me. I like to, clown around and stuff too, and try and make it a little lighter when it gets to like that. So again, mad respect to guys running teams and all they go through and stuff like that, year after year, season after season. How can you play Tier 1 and Worlds? Okay, so this is how we're going to wrap it up, guys. My advice on how to get to those levels. So everyone that knows me or asks me the same question on a personal level, I say the same thing. You can't just show up and expect to play. Like, you can't go to a tryout, hold a stick, shoot a ball, and think you're going to play Worlds or you're going to play on a Tier 1 team. Yes, unfortunately, and a lot of people will result to this or use this as a crutch, that politics are involved. I've been a victim of it several times, guys. All right. I know I'm the better player, but so-and-so's related to this guy, or, just married into a family. Now he's on the team, and he's cousins of brothers of sisters of like I've dealt with all that shit. Oh, he funds a team. He pays for half the jerseys and crap like that. I've dealt with it. I've dealt with it through the years and stuff like that where oh, don't worry, we're not cutting you from the team, but you're going to be 7D because we brought on this guy and this guy, they're best friends or a package deal. They're paying for half the jersey. Like, I've dealt with it, guys. Um, in an earlier episode, I said when you're dealing with politics, it's up to you what to do. Okay, you either grind it out, you really want to be part of that team, or you use other options, play for another team, go somewhere else. Like, it's there. It's up to you as a player. You don't want to show bad attitude and like I used to in the past and like, screw you or talk shit, and you don't want to do that. Like, it really reflects negatively on you. I'd just rather move on if that's the case. I'm not happy. I just move on. So to play at tier one and world's levels, you do have to deal with some of that. I'm not gonna say it's a huge part of things, but it's there. Okay, so I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. It's there. Um, so my advice in those situations is just be resilient. Um, Practice, practice, practice. Practice while you're playing games. If you got a driveway or you have means to practice, practice. Like, right now the Olympics are going on. They didn't get as good as they are without practice, without commitment to the sport. Whatever they're doing, downhill skiing, snowboarding, whatever the case may be, they had to dedicate themselves to physically be able to do it, to the craft, knowing what they have to do to get good, practicing all the time, and the commitment level, the sacrifices to be at that level, guys. Like, that's really what it comes down to. I touched on it a little bit. Skill sets, stuff like that. It'll come. It'll come. I've seen guys that are tier 4 players and in the exact same scenario, they're related to someone that plays for tier 1, so they get to play for the tier 1 team, and because they're related to so and so. Sure, it pisses you off. Like, I just don't use it as a crutch. I used to in the past. They say, oh yeah, it's only because this guy's related to him, or he pays for this. But now, me personally, I don't care anymore. I really don't care. Because it's basically, if you're a better player, it's that team missing out. Sure, you don't get to go and play, but you can still play. You can still play for other teams and stuff like that. Maybe not where you want to play, but there is opportunities for you to still play elsewhere, and it's them missing out, and you just got to make the best of it and play where you're going to be playing and play hard and basically let them know like they missed out, guys. Like, that's the best way to go about it. But yeah, I've seen tier 4 players go to tier 1. They don't belong in tier 1. They're not tier 1 players. But over the years, with practice and playing that level, they've developed into tier 1 players, right? And that's what it takes. And that just proves, like, you can have a not very skilled player playing at tier 1, and all of a sudden he develops the skill sets to compete at that level and become a tier 1 player, and he looks really good when he plays the lower levels because he's adapted to playing that style. All right, so practice, practice, practice. Take care of yourselves. Be resilient. Don't let stuff like that affect you. What else can I say in regards to that? Keep going to tryouts. And this is what I was going to talk about earlier. Ball hockey is a very unforgiving sport, unfortunately. It's a very small community. We see a lot of the same faces year after year in many of the same tournaments and stuff like that. If you're not there, people do not remember you. So if you're not at these tryouts, but you want to play tier 1, you think people are just going to come knocking on your door, coming come play for us. Team North America, come play for us for Team Canada or Great Britain or Czechoslovakia or Chechnya or Slovakia. These guys, they're relevant. They stay relevant. They keep up communications with people. They keep playing. They keep working on their craft. They keep working on playing and nutrition and training and stuff like that to play at those levels. When you don't, including myself, when you don't take it seriously and you don't commit to it, you drop off quick, because all these people, they're elite players. Okay, they take care of themselves. They want to play. In order to do that and compete at those levels, you have to be on the same level. And if you're not, it'll show. It'll show. It showed for me in this last tournament in DR. I didn't play my best. I played a little more physical. I seemed to be a little snake bitten, and I didn't play well. Okay, so that just, it looks negatively on me as a player, and I can't expect people to come to me and want me to play for their teams if I'm not playing my best for others or for other people. So if you're currently playing in tier 2, tier 3 or whatever, just play your best games. Play your best games, and people will recognize it. People will see, you know, this guy's committed. You know, you sign up for a 12-game season, you show up for only 5. It looks like you're not committed, right? So people are going to pass on that. You show up for 12 games, you know, vice versa. You show up for 12 games and, you know, you only have 5 points in 12 games as a forward. I mean, you're not producing much as a forward, right? And people want people that are going to produce and give them confidence in their selection in you. So I'm not saying you have to be a guy that scores, you know, 7-8 goals in 12 games. I'm just saying that as a forward, you have to have some sort of game to bring to compete at those levels. Some people, it's a physical thing. Yeah, we need a big physical guy. All right, James, come play for us, right? Sometimes we need, guys, we need a sniper, we need an offensive defenseman or whatever. Who do you think? Oh, we got this guy, James, can you play? Yeah, we need you as a more offensive role. No problem. I know what I'm getting into. You know, I can play that game. Just being a versatile player and rolling with the punches too, it helps a lot. And just being a good teammate, that helps. People commit to you as well. Yeah, if there's anything else I didn't touch on or wasn't clear enough, please DM me. Let me know what you think. I believe I covered everything. As far as the questions, there was a few more. We'll save for episode 6. I know one of them was Mont Tremblant coming up. So Mont Tremblant is coming up June 3rd to 6th, and questions were, am I competing in it? Yes, I am. And is it 3v3? And can I explain the 3v3 game? So we'll do that next episode, in episode 6. So I'll write that down now. And in episode 6, we will explain 3v3, what's expected, how to play the game, my personal look on the game, and my experiences playing it. All right, guys. So I hope everyone enjoyed this episode. I really hope to recover soon because this is grueling. It's hard. But thank you so much for your patience and understanding in regards to missing last week's episode. Hope to hear from all of you soon, and keep the feedback coming. I love it, guys. You know that. I absolutely love it, and I appreciate all of you that motivate me and provide me with the feedback and questions and stuff like that. All right, guys. So until next week, you guys have a good rest of the week, and stay safe, and get practicing and training out there, and have a lot of fun, guys. All right, peace.